Hey guys, good afternoon. So in this video I'm going to show you my new hat, and also we're going to take a little tour around the neighborhood. I'm heading up the mountain to go to Ashley's house where I just finished the natural building course, and I thought I'd bring you along because this is a path that I don't normally take. Well, I don't take it that often, and I don't think I've ever made a video. So my land is back there, and we're going to pass through some areas where there's a lot of new construction. A lot of people are building houses here now. And in fact, I might have the chance to do a little building when I go up to the land. So Ashley is my natural building teacher. And so coming back to the hat. So one of my friends at Karuna gave me this hat yesterday, and I'm undecided if I like it or not. But I kind of like it because it's kind of like my natural building hat. It feels really earthy, and also, look at this cool tree. This little rim here feels like the overhang of a roof that you want to have, so the rain doesn't get on your structure. Look at that cool tree. So anyways, let's keep going. I only have like 40% battery, so I'm hoping that we can get there before the battery kicks out. So we're about to pass by some very new construction. When I first came here about 2.5 years ago, ooh, blue vervain. When I first came here about 2.5 years ago, and I would come and explore the forest here, none of this stuff was here. Oh look, this is some Mayan planting. So you have beans. So typically there's something called the three sisters. You plant 3 kinds of plants together. You get the beans, the corn, and the squash on the bottom. It looks like they're just planting the beans, but normally the corn stalk is something that the beans would grow up. Let's keep going. Come on, Stella. Choo choo. So here we are in the valley. So there's Bob and Holly's house. Karuna is like right over there, so I came behind, and we're coming up here, and we're heading up that mountain over there. So let's keep going. Okay. So you guys like it? You don't think it's kind of nerdy? I think it's a little nerdy, but oh, cool. So all of this is new. That house wasn't there. All of this. In fact, I do remember, yeah, all of this. My friend Brandon is building. This is his house. That's new. And this staircase, you want to know, so one of the important things you got to know about building and choosing where you're going to put your house, and this is a lesson that a lot of people are learning the hard way here, is you really got to know where you are and what's going to happen over that land, to that land over the seasons. For example, that person over there built their house in where the river used to be about 2 years ago. So it's very likely that the river is going to come back, and so they could find themselves with flooding problems. My friend here built his house, has built his property in what is has been traditionally like a drain from the mountain. I don't think he was aware of that when he bought the land, because a lot of people, they just come during the dry season and they buy what they think looks good, and then they start building. And that's why one of the best things you can do, and actually this is something that I've done, is when you buy land, wait a year. You want to wait a year, and during that year, you want to observe what happens. Ooh, we've got a nice little... Hold on, amigos. On the Saturdays, so you got your flower. Yeah, the hat is a little nerdy. It's a little nerdy. Okay, let's keep going. Let's go flowers. Hi, everyone. Yeah, exactly. Well, now they have a waterfront property. So, like, this property is great. Here's his house, but what's going to happen here in the rainy season when those big waters start coming? So, you know, when I first got my land, I noticed there was this this crack in the land. And my first thought is like, oh, we can probably fill that in, right? I came back during the rainy season to find that there was now a stream running through that crack. That's why the crack was there. It's because that's the waterway that receives the overflow from the rain. You get these like torrential jungle rains. So that's why it's important to go slow in this process. So otherwise you can make some mistakes. Okay, here we go. All right, let's keep going. So these stairs are new. Hola, got you. Hola, amigo. Wow. Bah. That's a cute little planty. So you can see. So that space right there, that stairway is actually where all the water is going to come. There's Neela's house over there. Lots of constructions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, and I went to visit my land yesterday, and there was a new fence up. So somebody, one of my neighbor's friends, bought the land and put up a fence where there used to be a path. So it's like, wow, the neighborhood is already really changing a lot. I saw my indigenous neighbors, my local Guatemalan neighbors, and I asked them, like, how do you feel about this? These fences going up everywhere. And they were just like, eh. It's almost like I felt more upset than they did. I also have to recognize I'm one of those people putting the fences up. So it's that paradox of like, oh no, it's changing. But like, I'm participating in that change. But I'm really happy to say that I have a really good relationship with my neighbors. Andreas and his wife Melchora and their children, and they're really happy that I'm there. They thanked me for coming and being their neighbor, which is like, yes, I want to be a good contributor to the neighborhood. Hi, Melissa. So we're going up the mountain right now to Ashley's place, and there's a school bus over there. Karuna is there. There's Karuna. There's the roomy guest house. There's Love Probiotics. There's Granha Sikin over there. No, Julie, these are not the best shoes for walking up the mountain, but you know, we're doing the best we can with what we've got. Ah, Susan, good luck with your rescue kitty. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. Don't wait for perfection. Okay. Susan, I'm so excited for you. Good luck with your kitty. All right. So let's see how the battery's doing. 22%. Okay, so we've used up already half of the battery on this video. So I'm really hoping we can get up so you guys can get an even better view of the valley. So stay tuned. Oh, we saw this on the way. So here's an example of what happens when you don't really know the land. So this woman came in, bought the land, had never seen it, and then told the people just like, take out the trees, like told them what to do. But what the problem is that you can see like she totally destabilized this land. And there is a woman down below who lives in a house down below with like a new baby. And essentially this person's ignorance and not knowing the land and not really knowing what they're doing and their ecological illiteracy could potentially put their neighbor at risk. Bah. And, you know, we make these choices not because we're bad people. Sometimes we just don't know any better. Which is why, you know, we really gotta seek out that understanding, seek out that wisdom and that knowledge, especially with like ecological literacy. Oh my God. Really hard to hike. You know what? I'm gonna stop talking for a little bit, okay? Let's just enjoy the hike. See what view we can get. We're gonna get a really nice view when we get up there. So let's just get up there, and then I'll explain some things. Choo, choo, choo. Good girl. We're almost there. So all these are coffee plants here. Okay. Normally, this is a really great place to have your walking stick, my walking stick. Okay, so there you can see the farm. That's Grunhasikin. There's Love Probiotics. Karuna's back there. Okay, let's keep going. Stella is having a great time. Choo-choo. Oh yeah. Let's take a little. Okay, oh look! There's Karuna. There's Luke's house. There's Rumi. Oh, look, the goats! The goats are there going for their walk. There's the main house of Karuna. There's Bob and Holly's house. My land is somewhere back in there. Whew. Okay, so what's the consensus? What do you guys think of the hat? A little nerdy, but like, is it cute nerdy? Yeah, so Chantal, this is one hectic pathway. So Ashley, to build her house, she spent a year taking stones from the river down there and carrying them herself on her back up this mountain, up this path to build the foundation of her house. She is a badass. She's the one that just led that course that I've been taking over the past 9 days. Oh wow, they did cut the bamboo again. Look at that. So that was that bamboo field in front of Karuna, so they've chopped it down. But you know, the thing about bamboo is that it is the fastest growing building material. And actually cutting that bamboo is technically a grass, and so by cutting it, you're actually helping it by encouraging its growth. So it's weird, when we don't have the ecological literacy, I would see a cut plant as being like, oh no, that's bad, you've harmed the plant. When actually, some cutting is actually healthy for plants, just like it is for you and me. Sometimes we need to cut some things away, and while it can hurt in the moment, ultimately it's better for what we're trying to grow in our lives. Okay, let's go. Let's see how we're doing the battery. 16%. Okay, we're almost there. Yeah, so this is, you know, like this is the life here. It's a lot of hiking. It's not wheelchair accessible. I don't think it'll ever be, unfortunately. So this is like the front door to Ashley's place, but this one is never open, so we're gonna have to go around the back. Oh, let's stand here. Okay. So there's that main road. So this is actually a new road. When Ashley moved here like 6 years ago, this road didn't exist, but now it does. It goes up there. The natural building course was 9 days. Yeah, we're both gonna get some water when we get up here. Okay, let's keep going. We're almost there. Okay. Oh! So, I was just at Karuna, and I have done something for the first time that I'm really excited and really proud of. Maybe this doesn't seem like a big deal for you guys, but it is for me, because I've never done it before. But I raised my first seedlings. When I was at Casa Curativa, I was doing some volunteer gardening, and I harvested some calendula seeds. And a few weeks ago, I put them in the seed trays, and I've been tending them, and they have popped. And today I transplanted them into little pots, and it felt really great. It's part of this whole self-reliance thing, where it's like you can grow your own things. You can, you know, you don't have to like buy things all the time. You can, you know, like, so it felt good. It was like a small step and also a giant leap. So look at this view. So, fun fact, see that crevice? During the rainy season, that's going to turn into a waterfall. And the rainy season is just, it's like mere days away. Yeah, Ashley lives a ways away. Actually, you want to know interesting is that, so Ashley doesn't own this land. She is stewarding the land for a friend. So this is one way that you can, you know, she works, she's building these structures, and is essentially just like living on the land and stewarding the land and taking care of the land for her friend who actually owns it. So that was one thing she was talking about in her course, is like there are a lot of different ways to access land and like land ownership and like being able to build. So here's the back of her house. So this house is all made of earth. So, oh yeah, look at this. So that's the shower. There's the house. There's the sauna. Here's the other structure that we were working on in class. Oh my God, the plaster was just like, oh, I loved the plaster so much. It was so much fun. Doing this step was just smooshy and fun. All right, let's keep going. We're almost there. Let's see, 13% battery. Doing great. Oh yeah, and then here's an example of how you can build walls with trash. So this is called bajareke. So there's this like kind of frame. You see there are like vertical members and then these horizontal pieces. So you create this sort of like frame, and then you stuff the middle with trash and mud and rocks, and it just creates a wall. And then, you know, a lot of people doubt that a natural structure is durable. And so that's actually one of the things, one of the main principles of natural building is you want to have good hats and shoes. That's why I call this my natural building hat, because you see how this hat has this like overhang, so if it rains, my face isn't going to get wet. You want to do the same thing with a house made of mud. You don't want the rain pelting the mud, because yeah, that'll melt over time. But if you have a good hat and good boots, like a good foundation where water's not touching it, right? Then that structure can last a long time. So like there are natural structures that are thousands of years old. There's an apartment building in Yemen that's several thousand years old and it's still standing. Doesn't mean you don't have to maintain it, but everything worthwhile requires some maintenance, right? Relationships, like everything requires maintenance. Tabitha, you should do a retreat where everyone comes to build your house. Yeah, you know, I've thought about that. And that's also the cool thing about these natural structures is like, you build it in community, and this is how we, as humans, traditionally did it. The tribe would come together to build the house for the members of the community. So I'm definitely talking to my friends. I was already talking to one of my friends at Karuna about how like we could build the house, and she's like, yeah, I would love to come. And it's like, it's therapeutic because you get to like play in the mud and touch the earth and just like be of the earth. And it's just, you can come in with a lot of scattered energy and leave with like this really just like grounded, satisfied, like really calm energy. All right. So fun fact, this is where the municipal water comes from that's tied to a spring. And in the evening when people aren't using the water, it actually overflows. And so Ashley made an agreement with the Muni to capture that overflow water. Come. To capture that overflow water and direct it into a pond where she can also open a lever and then it can feed the garden. So it goes into something called swales, which are like these ditches that they dig strategically that channels the water through the earth. So cool, right? So here we go. So let me just show you real quick. So this is Ashley's place. Oh, these are the calendula, the flowers that I started back at Karuna. I'm so excited about. So here is one of the structures that we worked on during the course. So this is something called light clay straw. So it's this straw that has been covered in this like clay slip, and then packed really densely into these walls, which are just these like stick frame walls. And so it has insulative quality, it has thermal quality, and some would think like, oh, isn't straw like, isn't that fire vulnerable? And it's like, well, not really, because this is going to be packed really tightly, and then there's going to be plaster on the outside, multiple layers of clay plaster. So, like, as you can see here, so this was the first layer of clay plaster, so there are going to be multiple more layers. Oh, hi, Copal. Hi, sweetie. Is that your spot? Yeah. So, anyways, So yeah, and then here's some cob mixture that we were working with. It's a little dry, so this needs some water, but yeah. Yeah. Alright guys. That was really cute. Okay guys, calendula is a great healing salve. Calendula is a really wonderful medicine, so I'm happy that that's the first plant that I made, because I have medicinal intentions for that calendula. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap this up. I think I know where the guys are downstairs. During the course, we're also working on building this communal kitchen, because they're going to be building more and more houses here to really create like a community on this land. So you can see there's Ashley's house. Nice. There's the temescal, so they put the tarp over because it has been raining. But this guy has been rained on a bunch and it's fine, you know. So anyways, hi Cobalt. Hi sweetie. Hi Stella. Stella's living her best life. Yeah, good girl. Alright guys, I'm going to say goodbye. Great question, Sergey. Alright guys, I love you all very much. Over and out from here in Hummingbird Valley. Thomas, thanks for the stars. Thanks to everyone for watching, for commenting, for sharing. Thank you for the stars. Thank you for the love. Thank you for all the ways that you are emotionally, mentally, and energetically with me on this adventure. I feel like we're learning and growing together, and you know, we have a certain, I think that when you get really deep with somebody, like there's a certain amount of like mirroring that goes on in our nervous system. So like in so many ways, like we really are in this together. So guys, thank you so much. Nice. Yeah, Murray, you like the hat? Oh, Thomas, thank you. Yeah. Oh, hi, Jeff. Yeah, you know what? I feel like this is like my work hat. This is like my muddy earth building, sun out of my face. Don't worry about it getting messy. Work hat, you know? So I feel like that's a good indicator of like where I'm at in my story. You guys know, if you've been watching for a while, I've been doing these videos now for 8 years. If you've been watching for a while, you know that there are different chapters to my story. As I learn, as I evolve, as I grow. Oh, 1% battery. We're in a very new and awesome chapter, and I'm so excited to be sharing it with you. All right, thanks for being with me. I love you.